Yep, you know what it is. We're back. You're an idiot. Week 3 of the NFL. So y'all know who the star of the show is for You're an Idiot. Let me
An
pass it
idiot.
to my dog, Frank Nitty. Holla at me.
What it do, man? How you guys doing? Ah, on
I'm
today's
always
episode,
incredible, man. You know that.
hey, always on today's episode of You're an Idiot. Let's just get straight to it. Week 3 of the NFL season. We've learned a lot, and I would like to welcome the Chicago Bears, I guess, and maybe their fan base, or just maybe Charlie, or a combination of all of that because he falls in this category too for whatever reason this week. Come on down to the stage because the whole Justin Fields thing, pretty idiotic. So let's break it down. A couple years ago, we kind of got a sense and we started to learn who Justin Fields was. And it was pretty clear to some people like me and Jonell, like, all right, this guy might not be it. And if I can, let's grab our chips in and like cash out on this because this doesn't look like an NFL quarterback. Did they do that? No. They doubled down. They said, oh, our offensive line is bad. Oh, we don't have no weapons. Let's go get him those things. Even though he doesn't look like he can play the position and play it well, let's go get him those things. Let's do that. They ended up getting the first pick in the draft. And, they could have traded him and maybe traded the pick if they didn't like the players that were there. They traded the pick and said, let's keep him. Traded and got a receiver and did all of this for Justin Fields. And we look at him today complaining about in the week about I don't know if it's the coaching. You can't make a decision when you have receivers streaking down the field wide open, and I don't know if it's the coaching. They're making you think too much. Like this is what we're doing, and all of the fans, all of the apologists that told us it was because his receivers got no separation. He had the worst line in the history of offensive lines. That's why he looked putrid. You know what I'm saying? Those were all the things. Those were all the reasons. You look really crazy right now as you guys are sitting here at 0-3 and look like I don't even know what to call it. Not an offense from this decade. I don't. What are we doing here? Like, so look, man.
So
You guys can wrap it up.
I hear your points, Frank. I really do. But when you change the inflection on your voice, it doesn't mean that what you're saying should be taken lightly. Oh, he had the worst weapons in the league. He did. He had the worst weapons in the league. That's a fact. He had the worst offensive line. He also had the worst offensive line in the league. That's a fact. You can't be a good football team with a bad offensive line and bad weapons. We know this.
Or a bad
We
quarterback.
at Soggy Nachos understand that the passing game is what wins football games. You can't have a good passing game, obviously, with the quarterback, without an offensive line, without weapons. So he didn't have those things. You also alluded to the fact that they had the first pick. They earned that first pick because that team was bad. So they looked at the draft. They looked at the draft and they said, "Are we going to invest in a guy like uh, uh, Bryce Young, very below average quarterback, height and size? Are we going to do that, or are we going to see what we have in Justin Fields once he's provided weapons?" So what they kind of did, they were in the slot and they ran a two-way go. You said they doubled down on Justin Fields, but I think they gave themselves an out with Justin Fields while still giving him an opportunity to prove his worth. So they traded from one back to I believe it was 8 or 9. Forgive me, I'm getting old nowadays. And they got a weapon to help them today. They got an offensive lineman to help them today, and then they have now 2 premier first round picks next year, just in case Justin Fields didn't work out, which right now, I think all of us here as Nachos agree, not working out. Now, I get that some people wanted to just pull the plug early, but me, I think it was a great idea, and I think it's bearing to be true that it was a great investment to both see if he had something and insulate yourself with that additional first round pick next year. So now that if somebody else comes in there, once you get Fields out of there, they will have a emerging offensive line and improved offensive line, improved weapons with DJ Moore and stuff like that. So while the Justin Fields himself didn't work out, the investment seems to have been the right thing to have done.
Right. I know, Charlie. That's what it seems like on the surface, right?
He
Here's the
probably truly
problem.
believes that too.
I know. Here's the problem. Both of what you both said are, partially true. The reason with Frank, I guess he didn't get to this part is because I know it's not the popular thing to do or the popular thing to think, but one thing that these two gentlemen have helped me understand was the term getting something getting something off at its highest value. You know, the thought process behind that in this situation works because here's the thing. I understand that it might not have been fair by, many standards, but I have very strict requirements when it comes to playing the quarterback position, right? And one of the things that you have to be able to do well is something I like to call the easy stuff, executing an offense. Like not all the cute fun. I'm reading defenses. I'm talking
AKA
about
throw the football.
boom. Very nice and clean. Didn't see it his entire rookie season. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I didn't see it at all.
Decision.
And I'm gonna be honest. There's not a quarterback that I saw that's good now that I didn't see traits from. The only one you could argue is maybe like Hurts, but he came in such a weird way. You kind of always did see traits because he was a second-round pick. He was behind Wentz. He was a breath of fresh air for Wentz by the time he got in. It's a lot of different factors going on here. So, I mean, look, are they idiots for this? In my opinion, but that's just my opinion. And now that you got the whole is it coaching thing, it looks just nasty, especially when, just even though another school of thought, which is mine, is I don't like the way the boy throw the football. I'm just going to be honest. I just got to be honest, man. But, more power to him. I imagine nobody getting their money.
In throwology, right?
To wrap it up in conclusion, man, you got to look at it, right? It's like we get all those things about like what he did or didn't have, but what makes them and the fan base idiotic is like you can look at a player and the eye test can tell you, hey, this guy looks like he is in water way too deep for him. And, yeah, exactly. Yes. And, when you can't swim, you will drown. And it doesn't look like.
I want to wrap it up by saying this. This doesn't mean he can't play quarterback in the NFL. It just means I think the Bears should have got rid of him and he should have been somewhere else that better suits what he can do. He's not drop him anywhere franchise quarterback. That's my bottom line. Anyway,
now his value is gone.
This has been You're an Idiot for the NFL Week 3. We're going to do this every week. Make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe, share us, and all that type of fun stuff too.
You guys can tell us how stupid you think Charlie is. He's usually the idiot as well.
Facts. Peace.
It's your segment.